Alright, so this is going to be the VOD review for Penta versus Vitality back from the Pro League season for EU. So starting off with the bans, Penta bans Hibana and Mira. So I'm not sure about the Hibana ban. My best understanding of that is it allows you to play a little bit safer when it comes to opening up walls like the bakery wall, as well as you can open up kill holes and not rotate holes. So if you open up a kill hole into the freezer upstairs rather than it being a rotate hole, that means you don't have to worry about someone pushing you from that angle. And yet, yes, you can get shot from it still. However, you don't have to worry about it being used as a rotate hole against you. So that's my understanding of it. Then they ban Mira because it's EU. Everyone hates Mira. I think she has like an 85-86% ban rate in all of Pro League. Then on to Vitality. So they banned the Monty and Maestro. So Monty, I think they see that Penta has some strategies they like doing with Monty. Normally Monty is a ban you do for specific teams, and if the team runs shields, you can ban Monty. Against Dark Zero, some teams will ban Blitz because Mint is a very good Blitz player. And then Maestro's banned out, and I think that comes down to Vitality wants to take away, well, they don't want to take away the ability to play a long angle, but they want to reduce the threat. Where Maestro's a very good gun, and due to that, he's on the top floor. You will normally have him contesting long angles, and his gun's a monster. So it's not too. So my best guess is Vitality is saying we want to take away and hurt. We want to take away a little bit of fragging power from the defense. And yes, it can be replaced by, say, a Doc or a Rook or an Echo. However, all of those have substantially worse guns than the Maestro, as well as it could possibly be that they don't want. Well, they don't want the Maestro being able to see through smokes, and they also don't want to be being forced to bring the utility to deal with them. A lot of teams will run Zofia now, partially due to she has the ability to destroy Maestro cams from a distance, which is very important just so you don't have to expose yourself to get them. And once they're destroyed, you can push without giving information. You can drop smokes, so you don't have to worry about them looking through. So I think Vitality is saying we want to not have to worry about destroying them, but also take away a bit of fragging power from the defense, they're saying that we can play it better even without the Maestro in play than you guys can. At least that's my understanding of it. Now, onto the actual game. If it wants to ever load. Here we go. Alright, so new site coming out. It's the Reading Room Dining, I believe. Now, in all honesty, I'd say just about every site is viable on Kafe now, and you can go wherever you want. I've seen some teams go mining, some teams prefer the Reading Room. It differs on each team, and until a meta really develops on here within the next 6 months to a year, we're not going to know exactly where we should go. And it's just something that's going to develop over time. Now, onto Penta's lineup. So they have the Maverick. They have Maverick IQ, Capital, Zofia, and Thermite. So so the Maverick, I'm a little uncertain about why there is both a Maverick and a Thermite in play. So my thoughts with that is you could be using the Maverick to try and go for the mute jammers or bandit batteries. However, you then have to worry about if there's a Kate in play, then the Maverick's not going to be able to counter it and the wall isn't going to get open. However, it could just be they're bringing the Maverick in order to establish kill holes. So instead of having to open up the entire wall, enemies kind of doing what a Hibana would do instead, and it's just making kill holes that are very hard for a defender to contest. Then the IQ is in play, and I think that's just they saw that there was a Valkyrie in play, and most teams, if there's a Valkyrie or Echo in play, they run IQ. Then Hungry is on the Capital. So Capital large amount of utility. You can burn people out of areas. There are common spots that upstairs that the Capital likes burning people out of, as well as I think you can contest the pixel spot without having to push it too dangerously using the Capital Firebolt. So he just brings a lot of utility. Then the Zophia's in play. So Zophia's kind of a fragging. She's who you give a she's a fragger basically. However, she has a large amount of utility. Well, not a large amount, but she has good utility, and it's a very well balanced operator that brings a lot to the team, kind of like Buck does in his flexibility. So it's not surprising to see a Zofia in play. And I wouldn't say there's anything really important she's going to do. Now, the one thing I could say rather than anybody else on the lineup is if she brings breaching charges, she can probably be pretty good at vertical play. However, IQ can also be bringing breaching charges, so there are other ways around that. That's probably not the exact reason why they brought her, but just overall her flexibility is probably why they did. As well as it helps the push. If you can concussion mine someone, you can burn the Jaeger ADSs. But I mean, there's no I mean, if you're running a Capital, you don't need to burn the ADSs. So I'd say it's more just a comfort pick than anything else. And there's not really a this is the reason why we are bringing her. Then the Thermite's in play. Thermite's normally in play here, just because when you're attacking upstairs, you want to be able to open up the wall leading into piano from the red hatch. And I mean, you either have to use 2 of your 3 Hibana pellets, or you just drop down, put a thermite charge on, and you're good to go. And now onto Team Vitality. So Mute is in play, and I'm not sure how they're going to use that. Mute one can be used for walls, 2 can be used to stop drones, and a lot of teams will kind of split them up where they may put 1 or 2 for walls and then the rest are for drones, or 1 or 2 for drones and the rest are for the walls. It just depends on the site by site preference. Then, I mean, really there's not really anything special about Mute. However, they are also bringing him probably for the shotgun, just so they can open up things, kind of like how Smoke was always brought, because he can open up the sites. Then Spades is on the well, I can't Valkyrie. I can't remember her name. So Spades is on Valkyrie, and that's just information. You have information, and she actually has seen a good amount of play on Kafe because she has access to the Nitro Cell, and combine that with her Valkyrie cameras, it allows for her to play vertically very well, where a lot of teams will actually put her below, and she'll just be playing below with a Nitro Cell ready to just throw it up. And if Brid has a Nitro Cell as well, which he probably does, that's actually pretty big. Well, that can be big if they're used effectively, because that can be 2 free kills for Vitality. Then Bibu's on the Legion. So if you don't, well, my understanding of Legion is he's an information operator, where you throw, I mean, he's not really active intel so much as passive intel. You can't just where like a Valkyrie camera is an active intel and a Legion is a passive, where the passive you can't actually tell if someone's there, you just know if they're pushing, you have no idea about their exact information. Where if, for example, let's say you throw a Legion down right there and you're holding an angle just right like this, well, you understand that someone's in this general area, but you don't know if they went upstairs, went downstairs, fell back to this corner. You don't know. That's kind of passive intel. It gives you an understanding of where they possibly are coming from, but you don't have any solid info where it's they're here, because you don't know, except for the moment they step on that goo mine, you have no understanding of their information. And it's more of just a warning system than anything else. While the Valkyrie cameras are active information, where you can get on them and actively tell your team their exact positioning. Where, okay, they're here, here, pushing doorway, went out into the hallway, pushing doorway, went back, and you can do things like that. So that's kind of the difference between the two, and both are good. It really just comes down to what the situation calls for. Where if I'm trying to be in almost a clutch situation, or if I need someone to hold my back with information, I want to be a Valkyrie camera. While if I'm roaming, I would rather have passive information, so my team isn't required to hop onto the camera and almost waste the body staying on the camera, giving me just a little bit of information. While if I'm a Legion, I can just throw. For example, if I'm Legion and I want to play around here, Legion, 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 and now I know exactly where the enemy is going to come from, and I don't need any help with that. And that's kind of where I think passive information with the Legion is kind of superior to the Valkyrie, where the passive Legion can, it helps the Legion more, and helps the team a little bit more, where the Legion can do his own thing and doesn't rely on the teammates to give the information for the cam to be viable. Because you can hop onto your own Valkyrie cameras. However, the moment you get off of it, you have old information. So if they're moving, they decide to move, they changed head level, all of that is new information for you. But anyway, that's just kind of the difference between the two operators and kind of a little bit of the difference in information. And then on to the next operator, so Stizzy is on the Jaeger. It just comes down to Vitality wants to stop projectiles, and Jaeger also has a good gun and is a good roamer. So they say, let's bring Jaeger. And then Qual is on the Zofia. So I'm not sure exactly how they're going to use her. Zofia is normally used in situations where you play her close range, and it changes map to map, and it just comes down to you have a specific setup you want to do with her. And a lot of times it's pocket strats almost, or at least pocket play styles, where you may be playing more aggressively one round, which it forces the enemy to kind of adapt and figure out what they want to do to get rid of you. It's kind of like a server stairs hold in Bank, where you put an Ela on server stairs so that when the enemy has to push you and it's a very close range, you shred them. However, we have to wait and see how they're going to use her.
Not Ying either.
Well, Ying maybe.
Or one out.
Yeah.
Or one out for them. All right, well.
Reading.
Reading Room will be the site of the very first round here.
Right, so starting off, barbed wire in here. That tells me that Vitality is going to be playing horizontally. Probably not all horizontally, as it's too small to really do that. But with these two barbed wires, that will allow somebody to play inside of this room. I can't even remember the name of it. I don't actually know the name of that room. Trains or something? I don't know actually. It's always been mining, dining, and I've never cared about what's in between. But anyway, doesn't matter. Now, someone can be playing inside of here, and if the enemy tries to push them, they have to deal with the barbed wire, which gives a sound cue. Then 2 reinforcements go here. There's not really much to reinforce on this site, just because this wall is reinforced here, indestructible all here, and most teams don't want to play inside of A. They just don't want to. It's annoying to. So they instead open up the walls for kill holes. Some teams will actually reinforce part of the wall just so they can just play a little safely if they're being attacked horizontally. That's just a team by team basis.
Between these two teams is Vitality and Penta square off on Kafe Dostoevsky. Forgive our memery when it comes to...
So, this is kind of one of the big reinforcements upstairs. It's a standard one now, where you put that there and it allows you to play behind the wall. Where by playing someone here, it stops the enemy from really being able to push in, because they always have to worry about being able to contest from any of these angles. That's kind of the reasoning for this. It allows you to sit safely. I want to say it's almost like the elevator in Bank on the upstairs defense where you don't actually you're not there really to fight so much as you're there to say I am here, and if you try and push me, it's going to be a very annoying fight.
To the actual operators.
And there will be no straight meme compositions being brought.
Reinforcement on hatch. That just means that Vitality wants to be able to play inside of that train room.
By these teams, Capital
It
on
probably
the
is
side
called
of
train room.
Penta, he was left unbanned, which, as you saw at the beginning of today, is a little bit uncommon for Europe. But him being allowed into play, he will
get
be
your
seized
cowboy
upon
Ash.
by Penta.
Actually, this cowgirl Ash,
It's
isn't
going
it?
to be Janix, the substitute, bringing the Zofia, the most play.
Trying to see where all the reinforcements went.
It's going to be Janix.
Here we go. Double reinforcement here. Now this is also one of the standard ones upstairs combined with that, where this just forces out a thermite charge, or if you don't want to open this up, you're required to play on windows. The problem with playing on the windows though is as you rappel in, well, if you're rappelling on windows, you can't actively push this guy who's playing in the pixel. So if you want to push from this doorway and go through like this is effectively a one-on-one gunfight. And I'd say this really benefits the pixel guy, especially if he has a shield. And if you try and repel him through any of the windows, here, here, or here, then the pixel guy can just peek you, and it's not a good fight because you're stuck in the animation.
The substitute.
Then barbed wire in the doorway just to stop someone from running through.
Bring the Zofia, the most play.
And I just saw it, so
It's going to be Janix, the substitute, bringing the Zofia.
there we go. Double reinforcement on this wall. So far I have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes on this hatch, 2 on the wall upstairs into piano, and 1 in that bar area upstairs. So that's what, 5 downstairs, 6, 7, 8 reinforcements in total, and I'm not sure where the last 2 are.
Zofia, the most played attacking operator.
Normally they are on the
Europe.
normally they are on the freezer wall looking into piano.
It's just yeah, I understand she's versatile, but it just is kind of surprising to see.
People are looking
all the
for
same.
drones.
Bibu has been having a really amazing season. He's going to be finding himself on Legion, or defense, at least to start things out. Now, most top floor attacks onto Kafe begin with...
Alright, so, just like every other map, you clear it from the top down. That's the way you have to do it. If you don't do it that way, you're going to get flanked from roamers. One of the most annoying things I see in ranked is people just try and run straight to site without doing a top floor clear. Legitimately, if you can get 4 other guys that you can just do that they're fine just droning in and doing a top floor clear every single time, your win rate is going to go up, because that means Cav is useless and she's always banned, and that's kind of the reason why, because teams don't want to do a proper roam clear, and because teams don't want to do a proper roam clear, they're scared of a flanking Cav who's then going to interrogate them, without understanding the issue isn't the Cav, it's them for not using their drones effectively and getting too lazy to do a roam clear.
Getting to the roof, opening up the drop downs. That's going to be the step-by-step process that you see Penta going through right now.
So apparently that's called the Bosco angle, and I'm not sure its purpose, in all honesty.
Janix looking for a potential easy pick by Cocktail Balcony, but he's not going to find one.
But apparently it's useful enough to have a name to it.
She does get brought to contest new drop and the just the red drop in general aggressively from a number of different teams, and Vitality going to try and she does get brought to contest.
Alright, so Ella's playing underneath the new hatch, and she just gets out. And she just says, okay, they drone me, I don't need to play aggressively, it's 40 seconds in, I have no reason to risk my life. And one thing to note is because of the skylight changes, you no longer have to worry about getting shot from the side, you can only get shot from the front of it. So you can actively hop, you can basically just run all the way through here, and this skylight cannot contest you. The skylight has become a lot less important than what it was.
New drop and the just the red drop in general aggressively from a number of different teams, and Vitality going to try and utilize that here.
This reinforcement's a little interesting. So that's reinforcement number 9, I think. And so with that, now my understanding of that is if the freezer wall is opened, you have something to allow you to play this cocktail lounge area without getting fought, and it forces more close range engagements, which the Ela excels at. However, I'm not sure why it's I'm not sure exactly the understanding of it, just because you I mean, I'm really just not understanding why the the freezer wall wasn't reinforced leading into piano if they're that worried about getting shot from piano.
He's a very good operator in general on the top floor, especially.
She's very strong in any kind of close quarter situation.
Yeah.
Though teams have been really favoring her with the FO12 as of late, so I could have seen that in her hands, but instead you're going to have the Scorpion here.
Right, so Revenue's on red stairs flank watch. Now, on Kafe, just for you to know, Gridlock is very good because you can just, I mean, you have a hatch on top of the red stairs. You can just open that up with your shotgun, throw one of your spikes down, and now that's effectively safe from roamers. Now you do have to be worried about someone just coming up and shooting them. However, most of the time, so long as you are paying enough attention, you'll know if they try and do that.
Both are good, but yeah, the FO12 is an absolute beast at close range.
It shreds.
Yeah.
It absolutely shreds. And it was funny when Ela was on that, rampage that she was on as an operator. A lot of people just overlooked how good the FO12 was because the Scorpion was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, it was a long time ago in a
galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, different iteration of Siege that we're glad is gone.
So, Vitality droning out, Vitality waiting for Penta to drone out that third floor. Apologies here, and then just waiting very patiently with Bibu somewhat exposed, but he's going to be playing the banisters. He just needs to ensure he's not going to get pushed from over towards the dining hall area.
I mean, he's got a camera to support him, so he's got some comfort.
Right, so about 2 minutes in, and the freezer wall has been opened. However, because of the reinforcements set up by Vitality, this isn't really going to do much. I mean, you still are going to have to push in through doorways and close angles. So effectively, opening freezer hasn't actually done much for Penta.
Position, but it's definitely in a dangerous position. Yeah.
Because even with this is kind of the example where Qual, these are very close angles he's playing. Where if you try and take a fight here, and he swings a little bit over here, that's a close range fight. If you try and walk up white stairs, that's a close range fight. If you try and walk down the hallway behind him, that's a close range fight. This is, I would say, a really good spot for an Ela. The problem is that the moment she gets out of this spot, she becomes less useful. But for her purpose here, this is actually a really good placement. And then she's protected by Stiggy here. They're playing together for close enough that they both can double peek if they need to, but they're also capable of refragging.
Qual, here's one of those Guzmans go off, and there's...
Ooh, and I like this. So
from below to gun down enemy in a place that's referred... Qual, here's one of...
Alright, so I think this is the Capital. Hold on, let me figure out who this is first.
Those Guzmans go off.
No, that is enemy. Okay. So that's the Maverick. So, Maverick dies here to Bibu. Bibu was playing around the pillar area. Which is not pillars, it's it's around that area. Anyway. And he was effectively just watching for someone to swing in here, which is actually really good teamwork coming out from Vitality. Because with this covered, Stiggy only has to worry about the doorway there. So Qual only has to worry about the white hallway behind him and white stairs, either of which can have a Grismod on. So this is really good. Just there's a few ways you can get pushed, and every single one of them are covered. Now, The next thing is that it's probably not a good idea to swing in as a Maverick when you're trying to push these guys here. Now, I mean, there's a reason. I mean, if the enemy's playing below you and you're trying to clear out above, don't expose yourself to below trying to clear above, because that's just going to put you into crossfires like this. That's kind of the reason why a lot of people don't actually try and swing in that window. Anyway, I gotta mute myself for a second. Alright, sorry about that. Anyway, back to the game.
Bibu from below to gun down enemy in a place that's referred to as heaven, and that's where enemy will be for the remainder of the round.
Yeah.
And on that cocktail balcony.
Not the happy after for him. By Big Bar, down goes the
Nitro Cell comes out from below. So this is just really good teamwork coming out from Vitality. And this is kind of where being a passive player can really help you on the defense. Where Stiggy right here is playing this perfectly, in my opinion. He's holding a very tight angle, which allows him to back off if needed. And yeah, so one, he's playing this and he's saying, I don't need to take this fight, because even if he misses the shots here, doesn't get the kill, he can fall back, and yes, you can get shot from there, but then he can raise his head level, keep on shooting. He can then jump over this if he wants to. He can take the fight on the doorway. He has options there. And he's not just stuck in one place. And then now the bigger thing here is he's getting shot. And a Nitro Cell comes out from below and downs Bloss. Now, it doesn't kill him, but this is really good teamwork. This is Vitality showing that they are very proficient on this map in their teamwork. Where they're saying, okay, you have to do a top floor clear of us, but the moment you try and do that, you're gonna be walking into our players below using Nitro Cells.
Happy after for him. By Big Bar, down goes the Thermite of Laz, and as he finds himself on the floor, so too does Hungry. So this is looking bad right now for Penta.
Stiggy peeking a bit, but then going right back into cover.
So they're essentially in a 2 versus 5. Bibu on low HP, sure, but definitely not ideal.
And now Valkyrie has moved up the white stairs, as I think Penta has realized that's where the entire push of Penta is coming from.
Low HP, sure, but
so Qual is ready to refrag onto Stizzy when he dies. Spark is on white stairs holding the white hallway. Qual is actually just in a spot where he's going to refrag and take the position of whoever dies here. So if Spark dies on white stairs, Qual will deal with white hallway. If the Jaeger dies, he'll take over the Jaeger's job and hold the cocktail area. So once again, this is just really good team coordination coming out from Vitality.
Definitely not ideal. And explained by the white hallway, looking for a fight by the white.
And no peeking. And that's what I love the best. There's just no peeking from Vitality. They're just playing it calm, playing it slow, and they're forcing Penta to go into an aggressive angle where they have less cover and a much worse chance of winning the gunfight.
Stairs, but Spark playing passive.
Laz been picked back up, and now it's going to be Hungry as Revan comes to the rescue.
Now 30 seconds left. Wall gets open.
Charge, it'll open up the wall.
Stiggy then falls back.
Stiggy is playing.
Spark kills Janix. I think Janix was trying to push down the white hallway. And I want
to the rescue.
See.
The exothermic charge, it'll open up the wall that'll lead towards Stiggy.
I was really trying to see whether or not there was a double peek coming out from Vitality.
Wall that'll lead towards.
I don't think so. But anyway, wall gets opened, 30 seconds left, everyone just gets out. They say, okay, we've lost our cover. We've lost our cover. We now don't have a reason to fight. We're gonna fall back to reinforced positions and hold crossfires on you because we have man advantage by 2.
Towards Stiggy is playing, and Spark is there as well, and all of Vitality will hit the deck as they peel off of that 3rd floor. They've done their job successfully.
Right.
As the guns come
Stiggy
alive,
kills
it's a 2v5
Revan.
with Penta having Hungry at very little HP and Blast there as well. It's just going to be up to Vitality to ride out the storm, as one bullet from any gun will fell the 2 remaining members. There goes a fire arrow. Let's see if the Capitao can drop. There you go. It's all up
Hungry.
to Blast. Last one alive. He's still up top.
And Blast is upstairs checking this area because this is where Legion was playing that gunned down enemy early on in the round. So anyway, round is over. So round's over. And really that just came down to Vitality came with a strategy that Penta didn't know what to do. They stalled out hard on that attack because nobody wanted to take the fight Nobody wanted to take the fight on the Ella, and due to that they kind of stalled out there, but also they were way too hesitant about going for the freezer wall because there wasn't a way because I think they were scared that somebody was playing behind the default. Here, let me see. Let me actually see if I can find it. They were probably scared about somebody playing behind this wall over here, which gives an angle into freezer through the doorway right about here. However, that just comes down to droning, where if they had droned that, they would have known it's clear. I think that Penta kind of got inside their heads, and maybe there were even mute jammers set up to stop the drones, and that forced Penta to just stall out because they had no information and had to decide what to do. However, one thing also to note is if a mute jammer was put down right there, then Penta would never have gotten this open, and this wall would still be reinforced. So, really, I think this was just a really good setup from Vitality and a really poor execution from Penta.
So they're
It's still not great.
So, on to the next round. So now the kitchen comes out. Well, it's actually bakery, but bakery comes, actually, is it kitchen? I can't remember, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it comes out. And yeah, I wanted to see whether or not Penta would run a Thatcher instead this time, because I felt like a Thatcher could have helped if there were mute jammers set up, if there was anything on the walls it could help, but they elect not to. However, they do elect to run the IQ, and that can just be due to the threat of a echo. Now, so same lineup coming out from Penta. As usual, most teams have one lineup for attack and then switch it up on defense all the time, site by site. And with that Vitality, they've elected to bring the Bandit. So Bandit, he's going to be there to stop the walls from getting open. I mean, kind of simple, but that's what he's there for. However, there's also a mute in play. Now this basically means that Vitality wants to keep as many walls closed. However, they want to also be able to combine the mute and Mozzie, and that really hurts any drone game. I mean, it's going to stall out anything you go against. The two combined together are very effective, especially on Kafe, where there's a lot of choke points for drones. Where here, if you put a Mozzie there, can't go through this door. Mozzie here, can't go through this one. Put a Mozzie here, can't go through here. Mozzie drone hole, mute drone hole. I mean, doesn't really matter. But there's so many choke points and so few ways to get a drone into the areas you need that Mozzie mute together stalls teams out.
I mean, you don't want to be starting things off where your very first round is, flawless.
And actually, didn't talk about reinforcements at all.
A single kill.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So with this, double reinforcements coming out from Stiggy there, and I want to see if I can go.
While it is not surprising, it's still
actually yes. Okay, so double reinforcements coming out from Stiggy on. Come on. And of course I get this.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Anyway, double reinforcements on this wall. Literally, the point of this is to allow you to play this area right here, whereby cutting off this angle, you can effectively play here. If any of these, well really if this one is soft, or really any of them are soft, you cannot effectively play here, which means that once this wall is opened, it alleviates some pressure, since you can have a crossfire from something like this. But basically, these two reinforcements allow you to play this area.
While it is not surprising, it's still not great.
I mean, you don't want to be starting things off where your very first round is, flawless. That's always really tough. And I don't know. I wasn't really convinced with anything I saw.
Interesting that Qual is using barbed wire instead of a nitro cell. Just interesting. And then I'm curious as to what's going to happen for that doorway.
Penta
and I want to see the setup.
They've been quite critical of Penta in the past, and I mean, it's Not, I mean, that round doesn't.
10 seconds left.
Well,
That round doesn't change anything.
Penta's recent history, encourages criticism, if we're being honest.
Invites.
Invites. Okay, maybe not
Rotates?
encourages.
Invites criticism, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had some really good moments, and like for example, they managed to, lose to Empire 7-5, which I know they
You know how cool it would be if they showed me the actual setup?
lost to them, but that's still, they went the distance with Empire. They've had they did beat Mouse in 7-4, so that was really good when it happened, and I don't know. They're not terrible. They have their moments.
Yeah. They need to put it all together. I think the story right now with Europe, there's a number of teams in Europe whose
I have no idea what the point of that barbed wire was.
rosters are better than the positions that they're in.
That's a good way to put it, yeah. And I'd say Penta has an
So barbed wire gone in 30 seconds and took no utility to use this thing. This barbed wire here was useless.
amazing star lineup. I mean, Hungary were
I mean, put that in this doorway, put it in the middle of this room, put it in the big doorway over in the kitchen area, put it upstairs for a roamer. I don't know, put it somewhere.
watching them right now.
Just not
Now
there.
is often touted as one of the better players in all of Europe. So it's
Sisu and G2 come to mind as well.
Yeah,
Chaos
Sisu.
had that roster for a while. It took them a little bit to get up to speed, but now they've been competing, I think, in earnest with the rest of the teams in the region. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of just an aggressive strategy from Vitality coming out, and I'm curious because it looks like Qual is going to be swinging on the door over here while Bibu holds this door, effectively establishing a crossfire on anybody that tries to walk in. And that could have been the point of the barbed wire. However, why not move that barbed wire to say here, so you have to actually expose yourself to hit it? I mean, you didn't have to expose yourself to hit that barbed wire, so I didn't understand it.
Well, things
And no, Qual does a run out and gets shut down, so okay, I mean, Qual tried to play aggressively, didn't work. I mean, it's just comes down to, I mean, in my opinion, this comes down to information, where I don't agree with Qual doing that run out with no information, because I don't think he has a Valkyrie camera in play, and I don't think that he had a drone outside. And one, if you're using a drone outside, well, actually, that could work. But really, without having the active information, which I don't think he had, I don't think this is a smart run out. Because you're a minute in, and you give away man advantage, all so that you can possibly make a play. And yes, it comes down to he probably thought he could make a play. However, I mean, Blas was just holding an angle and won the fight. So I'm not 100% sure about this.
come quite fast.
I mean, really, I'm just not sure about it. I disagree with it. I think that was a dumb run out. There could have been a Claymore under the window and he would have died. There was Blas just holding the angle. And I could understand if maybe this was from a Challenger League team where they don't have the team coordination to make sure someone's holding the flank. However, at a Pro League setting, I'd expect someone to be holding the flank. So I think that was kind of just a dumb run out from Qual. And the thing is, if you actually managed to succeed on it, then that could have been like a triple kill. So
Last here, and Qual's going to jump out. The Mozzie, I don't know if he understood exactly what was happening.
ooh, I don't like this. So Mavericks the wall, and I do like this. I'm talking about something else, but I like these two working together. With this upside down rappel, the upside down rappel is just dumb. It's a broken animation at this point due to the camera placement in the body. And because of that, the person rappelling upside down can see a lot more than the person who's standing right side up. But combine this is a very effective way to clear this out. I really do like this. Now, I like this coordination coming in from these two. I think this is great. The one thing I hate though is this door. This door needs to not be here because right now Bibu has nowhere to run except that window behind him, which he has to vault through. However, if somebody is holding an angle on you, you're dead. So this is kind of just a bad setup coming out from Vitality. And yeah, I mean, it's just a bad setup. Bibu needs the ability to rotate, and without that, this can very easily become a 5v3. Okay, so it's preset to vault, but if it's preset to vault, why not just not have it? I don't see the purpose of that door. So Bakery Wall now getting opened by the Maverick. Bridge trying to play aggressively. Problem is that if you look up with the Maverick, basically the hole you make is going to be higher than when your head is, and due to that, you can't get shot unless someone comes very close and exposes themselves to whoever's holding the angle. So I'm a little curious about this. So this is opened up to establish kill holes. That's the purpose of it. You establish a way to fight into kitchen. It's the point of establishing any kill hole, opening up any hole through a wall, or opening up a wall with a thermite charge, Hibana charge, Maverick torch, doesn't matter. But this allows you to take a fight. Problem is, this means that you're trying to find the bandit batteries. The problem with that is, as a thermite, you don't want to have to worry about somebody trying to fight you when you're putting down your thermite charge. So why not do this instead of this, shoot the bandit batteries, then thermite the wall, and then if you want to Maverick open something, Maverick open something. There's now just one bad angle, and this thermite's dead. Because with this one and, yeah, with this one right here, somebody could theoretically get an angle on him if he tries to put it right here. If he tries to put it right here, somebody can fight like that. So I kind of disagree with opening up the kill hole. And I mean, really, this just comes down to, I think that it's an issue with the way Penta's doing this, and I just don't like it. It seems to me like it's risking the thermite, and at this point, why not just Maverick the top, Maverick the bottom, Zofia the wall? And that to me seems a lot safer than trying to establish all of this, take out the bandit and mute jammers, do all this crap. Why not just Maverick top, Maverick bottom, Zofia through? Oh, what's this? I want more angles, Maverick top. Okay, there you go. And that probably would take a lot less, I mean, it'd take less time, I think, than searching for everything. It would not expose the thermite here to any angle, possibly. Yeah, it wouldn't expose the thermite to any angle. If this also exposes the thermite charge to any impact, so if someone can throw an impact, I mean, it's a hole. You can throw a ball through a hole. So I just don't like this. Also, Bandit battery hasn't been gotten rid of. So within about 2 minutes now, Penta has stalled out and has managed to take a total of this room and bakery. So we're at about 2 rooms of map control so far. So this is just bad. This is just a bad attack from Penta. And I mean, it shouldn't take you 2 minutes to Maverick the top, Maverick the bottom, and you're good to go. Also, just a note, Bandit battery is still in play. This wall is, I mean, you can't thermite the left one, you can thermite the right one, but why not just Maverick top, Maverick bottom, Zofia out? Zofia, Maverick. Now, I like that Capitalbo. That actually shows me that Penta knows what they want to do. And I'm trying to see, I'm seeing something else, but I do like this. I like that Penta is practiced enough that they know once they've opened the wall, Vitality is going to fall back to this area, and once they fall back there, you can just send in your firebolts and you're good. Now, what I kind of wish is that maybe instead of enemy being here, he was here, holding an angle like this, because I would expect if there is a firebolt coming out, they're going to move this way. As if you move this way, you're probably going to be exposing yourself to the wall. So that's kind of what I would expect. And so once they are moving out this way, you can then just gun them down. So, I do actually like this coming out from Penta. I like what they're doing here. The problem with it, though, is they took way too long here. This is not something that takes 2 minutes and 43 seconds to do. To Maverick open a wall and send in 2 firebolts. I mean, you could have done that. You could have done that within a minute and a half if you wanted to be safe about it. A minute if you were very practiced in it. So I kind of just disagree with it. Now, the other thing is that they're lucky. Penta's lucky that there's not a smoke or an echo in play, and either one, both can be in play. Because if one of those is in play, this is over for them. He tries to run back to site, gets gunned down. So that was, in all honesty, I like that push because it's really stupidly simple, but it works. And that's my favorite types of pushes in this game. Just the stupid ones that work. And I mean, really, I love the strategy that Penta just did because they know what they want to do. They know exactly what they want to do. The problem is they really messed up the execution of it. I mean, they tried to thermite the wall, gave up on that, and then just went for frags, and they got those frags. However, if they didn't, then they would have probably lost the round if... They probably would have lost the round due to the time. But in all honesty, this is a really good push, I think. I mean, the one thing really, you can't change much. I'd say maybe drop the IQ. If you drop the IQ for, say, a gridlock, I think that'd be really good. You can gridlock here, smoke the bomb, and you're good to go. That's right. I'm used to skipping to about 2.5 minutes in because I prefer doing that during Pro League whenever I'm watching Pro League just because it's I think it's a lot. I mean, I don't want to see the late reinforcing and getting set up for the attack. Anyway, reinforcements now. So I can't see it, but I'm assuming double reinforcements there, 2 here, 1 there, rotate hole, 1 here, rotate hole. So these are the reinforcements you need, and yeah, I mean, really, this is the reinforcements you need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 and you're good. And then rotate hole right there. Rotate there. Well, you have this rotate hole there. That's more just so that you can contest the long angle into here. And if you're not aware of it, you can put a shield here. You can put you have a few options. You can put a shield like this to help contest this way. You can put a shield like this to help contest the bathroom. Now, operator selection. So Penta, same lineup, and now with the Echo in play, the IQs can become relevant. So, with that, Vitality, they have a Legion for information. The Echo, because it's an Echo. Bibu is on Cade, which I really, really like, because that shows me that Vitality is changing their operator selection and adapting to what Penta throws at them. They're saying, okay, they do not want to run a Thatcher. They don't run Thatcher, we run Cade. We throw the Cade up here. There's nothing they can do. And there are some teams that also go below to throw them. Then Stizzy's on the Jaeger again, not surprising. And then Qual is on the Zofia. And I'm curious as to what position he's going to be playing, because normally this... I mean, I'd be saying there's more... I can't really say about long angles. I think there are more long angles than close ones in this fight. But then again, not really. I mean, there's not really too many. But we'll just have to see how he's played. Okay. Wait, I heard the first one. What's the second? Oh, okay, okay. First one goes out here. This makes it so that this is basically destroyed, and now you can't plant behind here. I mean, you just can't plant behind there, and you're covered. Now, you can actually shoot through this, I think. However, I mean, if you, smoke that, have someone hold an angle here, you're good. And then the second one came out here. That's just to destroy the little desk thing that's there, allowing you to hug the wall and play the pixel peek a lot easier. Ooh, now what's this? Now this wall is opened, and I'm curious about that. I'm not sure about that wall. Now the reason I'm not sure is I'm not sure what angles exist that wall can help you on, because I'm thinking whether or not you can. I'm wondering what angles exist from the bomb site through the wall like that into piano, because I doubt that you would put somebody here and then just open this up so that when they have to fight, I mean, you put one person here holding an angle, next person pushes, you have to take the fight 2-on-1, you're dead. So I don't think it's for the person playing in here. So Ella's playing the same area, and a firebolt is used to get her out. And I don't think this is a good use of utility from Penta, because they knew that she was playing there last round, and last round all they had to do was send a drone and she backed off. And that's 25 HP of damage, but I don't think that's a good 25 HP. I think that can be used I think that can be used a lot better elsewhere. You could use it to fight the pixel peak. You could use it to fight whoever's playing behind here. You have a lot more options with it than you think, and I think that was just not the place to use it. Oh. I want to see a shield from the Jaeger. Okay, Bibu kills enemy. I have no idea how that happened. But I'm thinking now, because this shield right here, I'm trying to figure out about this shield. Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm just trying to think. So I'm understanding the point of the shield is it allows you to play aggressively. So if somebody tries to walk in through the red doorway right here, you can fight them. If someone tries to drop a new hatch, you can fight them. Now the problem with this, however, well, I'm trying to think where it's. I'm wondering why. I can't remember the exact position of this hatch, but this shield just seems strange to me. And I'm trying to think about how this is used with the pixel peak shield, because I'm not seeing it. And if the I mean, I just see it. This is a 2-on-1 peak where someone gets ready to swing in through red as somebody drops the hatch. 2-on-1 fight. Unless there's actually someone playing behind Stiggy and they're effectively holding one of the angles. So if somebody drops hatch, he has them, but if somebody tries to walk in, Stiggy has them. I'm just not sure. I'm really just not sure. Minute 30, wall is not open. So Stiggy gets burned out. I'm not sure where that firebolt came from. Let's see if I can actually find out. I cannot tell. But Stiggy just turns around and wins the fight. I have no idea how Blast had this happen, but he did. Wait. Oh, okay, okay. I think this was through the drone hole. So that's actually really good from Hungry over here for recognizing the drone hole exists, and he can use his firebolt to do that. And I think this is why that position isn't played, because people used to just chunk grenades through here if you tried to play there. That was a really good firebolt from Hungry, and it I mean, it was just crap happened. Stizzy is still alive. Wait, is it Sticky? Stizzy? No, it's Stiggy, not Stizzy. And I'm thinking of Stizzy, I think, from Secret. Well, he was on Secret before he left, or was dropped, I can't remember which. Alright, so with that, enemy dies, we don't know how. Blas dies because he loses the gunfight. And I'm not sure, it just happens. So with that, IQ is below, and I have no idea why the IQ is below. That makes zero sense to me. Where, if you think about, I mean, I don't see the point in the IQ being below right now. There's an echo in play, but I mean, you're not going to find any useful enough gadgets that it warrants going down below and risking getting killed by a roamer. And you effectively, you're turning it into, in your eyes, a 2v5 because you think everybody's upstairs, but it's actually a 2v4. And you're saying, and so your team needs you to help push. So I don't think this was the right call from Revan. Okay, so it looks like actually the reason why Revan went below wasn't for the oh, you know, I actually agree with IQ going below. So IQ went below not to search for electronics, but instead to go for a flank on white stairs and try and throw the enemy off. And with IQ, she'll be able to find the goo mines. So this could work. And I do agree with it because there's no way in hell you're gonna be able to just run through the doorway with no smokes, no fire. The piano wall isn't even open. You haven't cleared out piano, so you have to do this basically. At this point, take all your breaching charges and just hop breach every window you can. All right, so Qual was able to make a call out that this is where the push was coming from. Problem though is with that repel in, it's the repel in is going to just say, yeah, we're coming from here. So I disagree with him repelling in there. I think it would have been better if he tried to, in all honesty, to hot breach something. Just because that shock combined with the IQ pushing at the same time could warrant a frag or two, and that could at least make it doable. But instead they go, instead you push the same angle. And I disagree with trying to push the exact same angle unless you absolutely have to. And Janix isn't even running a breaching charge, which I find interesting, as he's one of the only people who can on this team. And you need soft destruction in some areas, especially if you're trying to push the train area. So I don't understand why they don't have that. But anyway, Bibu kills Revan, and Qual dies to Janix repelling in. I mean, just it's Ella's gun. It sucks when it comes to anything above 5 feet, just because it's, I mean, it has too much random horizontal recoil. So what I'm seeing here is an inability to adapt coming out from Penta, and it really, to me, looks like this looks like a team that understands the execution of what they want to do, but has never actually done it in a real match. And they've never dry run it. They just kind of went onto a tactical board, or not, I think tactical board is what it's called. It's a site which has all of the, it has every map on it, so you can go to the 3rd floor, 2nd floor, basement, whatever. You can draw on it, I think, kind of for some strategies. But with that, this looks to me like Penta isn't sure about how to adapt to this, and they're struggling with it, and they have an idea of what they want to do, but they're really hurting in the execution of it. And Vitality's kind of just reading into that almost, where they're doing kind of the basic mid-game adaptations that you need it from a team. Alright, so with that, Kitchen Defense coming out now. Remember, purchase your Pro League Ash set. And with that, same reinforcements coming out. One reinforcement. Ooh, is that opened? I can't tell. We'll see. What's the point of this thing? Just remove that so we can actually see. Anyway, freezer reinforced. I mean, it's a really, so this is actually a really complicated thing where the reason you reinforce it is to stop the enemy from just walking in. Mind blowing. Anyway, with that, the little bit of change is coming out. This rotate hole is new. This is same, but this rotate hole wasn't here. And I need to see whether or not that's a rotate hole here. Yes. Alright, so this tells me that Vitality wants to be playing aggressively inside of Bakery because they lost pretty dominantly the last time because Penta only had to take these 2 rooms in order to go for their push. Oh, and here we go. I like this. I kind of like this. Okay, hold on. I need to go to the restroom, and I'll come back and tell you in a minute. Alright, so I'm back. So what I kind of like is the change from Penta to bring a Thatcher, because they kind of recognize that when Cade is in play, they can't do shit. However, I don't like that they dropped the Maverick for him, because one, I think Maverick could actually do the job of what they need. They just aren't using him effectively, and so I don't think dropping the Maverick was the right call, because yes, you can get the mute jammers, yes, you can get the bandit jammers and bandit batteries if they're put down. You cannot, however, stop a bandit from bandit tricking, and that is a very big weakness in an attacker lineup, where if you can't stop, like, just because you can get rid of utility doesn't mean you can open the wall. And it's, I mean, if you think about it like this, if you can stop there's 3 things you kind of have to do in order to open something up. First is stop anything that's actively put on there. So if there's a bandit, mute, Cade, whatever, you need a way to get rid of it. 2, you need to be able to get rid of something that's being put down on it. Now that could mean a Cade thrown on there. That could mean a bandit putting down his bandit battery. That could mean a mute trying to mute trick. You need a way to stop that. 3, you then need a way to stop the impacts from coming out. If you can't do those 3 things, then you aren't going to get the wall open, and you need to change your strategy. And this Thatcher isn't really going, yes, it's going to help if there are mutes and bandits put down, but if anybody tried to actively bandit trick, then this lineup would not work. Now, I don't think bandits actually go into bandit trick. However, it's something they do have to be worried about that. Now, rotates around all this area, which shield here, reinforcement here. So basically, Vitality is going to be playing aggressively to hold this area. Now, one thing I'm curious as to whether or not this is going to be reinforced or not, and whether or not anyone's going to be playing the red stairs. As if you're playing red stairs, you can fight if someone comes in through here, and if this can be opened, establishing kind of a long angle, and I think you can actually see behind here, but I'm not sure about that. I don't know my Kafe angles. Yes, and then onto the actual rest of this setup. So Maverick was dropped for a Thatcher, and another reason I disagree with that is none of these rounds has a Thermite been useful. I think all of these rounds a Maverick has. No, there's one. The first round where Thermite was useful, and Penta still lost. But I would say why not just drop the Zofia for a Thatcher with breaching charges? You can get rid of any Cades, Bandits, or Mutes. You can get rid of any Mozzies. You can get rid of all that crap. You can then have apply vertical pressure, and then you also have the ability to, you then have a good gun. So I'm not seeing why not just drop a Zofia when her utility has really been used to basically destroy barbed wire. From what I've seen, it hasn't really been too effective, and yes, it has helped, but it's not going to help as much as having a Thermite, Maverick, and Thatcher all on board, at least in my opinion. And I can play for how to do Vitalities. Anyway, Bandit Mute coming in to stop the drones and walls from getting open. Actually, I'm curious about the walls. I'm curious why the bandit's being brought, considering the walls already have rotate holes in them. I'm curious. Anyway, Bibu's on Legion for information, Stizzy's on the Jaeger to stop projectiles, and then Qual is on the Mozzie to capture drones. Hopefully, nope, he has barbed wire again. I hate this barbed wire so much. I just hate it. If you have the option to bring a Nitro Cell, bring a Nitro Cell. It is, I mean, why not? What are you losing from it? You have a way to play vertically. You have a way to win a fight without having to actually take the fight. You can then go and take a fight, and if you can win a one-on-one gunfight, and then you suddenly have a way to get a kill without having to even take a fight, you can basically get 2 kills a round. So I hate this barbed wire. Okay, so the fuck is the point of the barbed wire? Like, okay, so this isn't gonna stop shit. I mean, why not just throw a Legion mine down there and call it good? A Legion mine there will do the exact same thing, except if you're not anywhere near there and you're playing, say, here, 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 anywhere not in this general area, you're not gonna hear somebody touch this thing. So just throw a goo mine down there. I hate this barbed wire. I absolutely hate this. Don't ever hit open a door, just shoot the damn thing open. I mean, you have 200 and 40 bullets in a gun, just shoot it open. You shoot it open, you don't risk getting shot. If Hungry pushed forward a little bit more, his head would have been taken off. So why not just shoot it open, not risk anything, and from there you're good to go. Super duper useful. I mean, that's just the most super useful barbed wire I've ever seen there. I mean, it's just mind blowing. That's the new meta right there. You're upstairs. You're holding up all the way in cocktail. You better make sure you run your Jaeger down there and you get that barbed wire there. And you bet sure. And I'm telling you that the amount of time it takes to get rid of it is just gonna win you every game. Okay, in all honesty though, that's 2 rounds in a row that barbed wire hasn't done shit. Move it back like 2 feet and you're good. Alright, so Penta wants to push inside a bakery. However, to push inside a bakery, they want to take control of this little connector area. To take control of that connector area, they have to clear out the red hallway. In order to clear out their red hallway, they're trying to push in through here, and Vitality knows that, so they have goo mines and Spark in a position to actively fight that. I like this. I like this from Vitality. Wait, no, I'm about to say Qual and Revan are joining the same area, but Qual is the Mozzie. Alright, so firebolts come out. Alright, so yeah, I know your firebolts. Capital is somebody who has a very high skill ceiling with his bolts, and I think this just came down to the Capital assumed it would be big enough, and it didn't. I mean, they assumed that the Jaeger rotated out. You shouldn't assume anything, and Penta assumed, didn't work out. But with this, Stiggy peeks, doesn't overexpose himself, gets the down, sits down. Brid then peeks, so you have 2 people actively fighting together, so good teamwork coming out from Vitality. I think someone made a call that guy was downed. So Stiggy said, okay, I'll go for a 1-for-1 trade. Now, maybe not the best to actually. I'm trying to think. I don't like that Stiggy swung out here like this. I mean, it just comes out of confidence. I don't like that he did. It's just the way I play. I'm a very passive player, where if I don't have a reason to peek or swing out, I won't. Even if someone's downed, I mean, I have no reason to go for a kill unless he's really going to, unless he's trying to like crawl out. I'll just let him bleed out, and then if someone tries to go and revive him, well, you can try and revive, then I'll swing because that's a possible 2-for-1 trade. But I don't think this was the smartest. maybe make a call to the Mozzie. Yo, Mozzie, can you come check if the doorway's clear? But anyway, doesn't matter. Stiggy gets the kill. Stiggy checking his back, sees his buddy has it. And now Penta doesn't know what the hell to do because they have no idea on how to actually clear this out. Because without Hibana, they can't open up this. Because they can't open up that, they can't take out Brid. And because they can't take out a Brid, they can't actively push Stiggy. And in order to push Stiggy, they need to push Qual, but Qual is in a position that they have to basically go through 3 members of Vitality in order to fight them. Alright, so Zofia was brought around to Zofia the Shield. Why not do that within the first minute instead of 2 minutes? I think someone's creeping in from the main lobby. Ball is ready. Oh no, damn it. No, Stiggy, no. Okay, so Stiggy gets drowned, tries to relocate, gets caught out. This was a bad call from him because he has no reason to move. He had a few options. The first is he just sits still. He sits still, and if they try and swing in, then Bibu can swing and Brid can swing, and Stiggy can stand up and try and go for a fight. If, say that, then option 2, I would say, I think you can do this, I'm not sure, but jump up on the desk, change your head level, take the fight. Option 3, run away and get gunned down. And this, I think, just comes down to just sit still. Don't worry about peeking. You got everybody is here to support you. You have Brid here, Bibu here. So here, Brid, Bibu, and Qual is holding red stairs. So Qual has your back, you're good just sitting here. And even if you die, it's still good. And sitting here just wastes more time and it forces the attackers to expose themselves in order to kill Stiggy. Also, probably would have been good to ask Qual, yo, is someone on the window? And I mean, if you get a maybe, then just assume no. If you hear yes, then don't run here, run here. However, it would have been better if he just tried to run here, where he had cover from this. Really, just bad call from Stiggy. And then he does this. I mean, I think this is really the dumbest thing he did. Where instead of trying to just run across, he just runs out into the middle of the open, sprinting there, then turns and says, I'm gonna go take the gunfight. Gets slapped. Ooh, and then Bibu tries to help, but he gets killed. Ooh. Revan just hits a nice shot there. Ooh. Okay, so this just came down to a trading game, and Penta just won it. I mean, it was just a domino effect. That's all it was. Jaeger dies, Bibu peaks. But the funny thing is that if Bibu never peaked here, this would probably be a 4-4 right now. So everybody is off site and just helping each other, holding crossfires. And this is actually I really like this setup, in all honesty, coming out from Vitality. But I really think that Bibu I think it was just Vitality got too aggressive here. They just needed to sit still and they were good. Where even if Stiggy dies, everybody else is still in position, with Stiggy kind of being in a redundant position where he doesn't have to move. Well, where even if he dies, you're not giving up any map control or anything. Everybody is still covering crap. But really, it just comes down to everybody on Vitality peaked and Penta won the gunfight. Where Stiggy gets slapped, Bibu peaks, gets killed by the thermite. Ball falls back a little bit. Good game sense coming out from Revan here, just wins the fight. Janix wins the fight against Brid. Also curious what this bulletproof camera is. Ooh. So really, Vitality just peaked. Penta held angles, and this is kind of the, I almost want to say the gold rank, where the guy who holds the angle is the one who's going to hit platinum first, because everybody in gold just wants to peak, 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 peak. And so Vitality just peaked everything, and they went from playing very passive, just peaking everything, and they lost the fights because of it. But in all honesty, really good. I think that's a really good setup coming out from Vitality, and I just think it's good, and they just kind of had a poor execution of it at the end. Anyway, upstairs defense coming out from Vitality now. And let's see. Wait, no, this isn't upstairs. I'm dumb. No, this is reading room mining defense. However, it's an upstairs hold, just like how on trying to think what map you hold vertically a bunch. On border. It's kind of like a ventilation on border where you have to hold armory above or else Buck's just going to come in and rock your world. Anyway, Penta, they've elected to drop the Maverick and keep the Thatcher. I mean, really it just comes down to the Thatcher will work so long as there's no bandit tricking in play. I think it's something that Penta can have to... Well, actually, no, I'd say they don't have to worry about it too much here. But it's something that could happen. And so they do have to be aware of it if there's a bandit in play. Anyway, with that, Vitality, they're running the mute. Maybe to stop drones, maybe to stop walls from getting opened. Not sure yet. Valkyrie for information, Legion for information, Stizzy for the Jaeger, Qual. I think this is the same lineup they had the first round. Y'all know what it's for. Same reinforcements. So there was a drone destroyed here last round behind this Christmas tree. That's not... So you shouldn't... I'm not sure if it was Janix drone. However, there's no point in keeping your drone inside if it's literally 2 feet to a door. Get your drone outside, put it somewhere safe. There's this giant box here. Go around there, sit here. Even if they run out, you're good. Why is... So Sticky's playing the close angle while the Ella is playing the far angle. I'm just hoping that they're rotating her back now from doing something, I don't know what, but I mean, I shouldn't have to explain why that's bad. Ah, yes, Revan has been watching, noted. Yeah, I'd say don't do this. This is a kind of just a dumb thing to do, where you you hit the if you hit the wall the doorways on certain areas at the bottom, you can actually crawl through it. It's something that Noted used to do in some of his videos, and back when he was on Pain Gaming, he tried to do that, and he got gunned down. Like someone just said, "Oh, that's what he does." Okay, they literally just held an angle, waited for him to do it, and gunned him down. Now, not sure what Revan thinks he's gonna do there. I see no reason for him to be down below. So, any Valkyrie cameras in Piano aren't going to be found as easily. Any goo mines aren't going to be found. Any Ella mines aren't going to be found. No information coming out for them. And he's just going to be crouch walking down below. That was kind of a bad nitro cell just because you have a Valkyrie camera literally inside the room. I mean, who was on it? So Brid is on a Valkyrie camera. He can turn it to the left to tell you if someone's entering. You throw your nitro cell right here, wait for them to run in, and then you just say, okay, okay, now. So bad communication coming out from Vitality there. Revan kills Bibu, so that crouch walking IQ down below. Brid? Who's Brid? Brid is mute, so good kill onto Janix. Ooh. Where was the Jaeger? Okay, so Jaeger's bathroom. I don't know why. This is kind of just a no man's land in my opinion, where if you have if you're playing above and have a rotate hole there, then sure, you can play here up until the point you're droned. If, however, you are trying to play with your teammate Qual, maybe you should go and play with him so Qual doesn't get shot in the back running away. Because right now, I mean, because I'm not sure why Qual's running around and not paying attention to this angle, but enemy manages to get in. Spots come out. I think that the yellow is getting shot through the wall, so Thatcher. So I think he was getting shot through the wall or heard a thermite charge and tried to get out, and got shot by enemy. But really, I think it just comes down to Vitality lets the Thatcher just walk in through Cocktail. Revan gets Spark. There goes the Valk. But nobody's holding the flank on White Stairs, and they're not sure if bathroom is clear, and there wasn't enough droning going on. So now Stiggy can make a play. Gets a kill. Oh, come on, show me what he. Thank you. Okay, so bad droning coming out from Penta, and because of that, one kill happens. Hungry then decides to crouch peek him and says, give me the one-on-one fight, even though we have everybody. Well, we have another person upstairs, and loses his life. So right now, Penta has managed to shoot themselves in the foot because nobody could go upstairs, press 6, press 5, and then go drone out the bathroom. That's all it took. Nobody held the white hallway, nobody droned the bathroom, and because of that, 2 members are now dead. And this round is in. I mean, this round can go either way now, from a 4v2 to a 2v2. But I mean, this is kind of the reason why Penta is in last place. Actually, no, I think they're in second to last place. Yeah, I'm curious. Hold on. I'm gonna look. I click the window. Europe. Right, so I'm not wrong. I'm wrong. They're not in 8th place. They're in 7th. But I mean, they're still going to get relegated based off of that. But anyway, this is kind of the reason why they're there. That's a very basic thing. You drone red hatch, you drone below the stairs, you drone the new hatch area, drone cigar, drone piano, take control of those areas, open up piano, go into piano, drone white hallway, hold the flank, and then start pushing the rest of upstairs. One above, one below, and the Thatcher above has the diffuser. I disagree with him peeking with the shotgun there. Would have been better for him to peek with the SMG. So I mean, I'm just saying, if they're holding an angle right here, you're dead. Alright, so I really like this. So Vitality is working together, saying it doesn't matter if they get the diffuser down, we just need to get into a position where we need to get into a post-plant position where we can retake. Because there are sites that people will, well, there are old strategies where some teams would actually do retake strategies on them, where they say, okay, the bomb's going to go down. What do we do once it goes down? Because we can't stop it, and we don't want to have everyone die because we're all rushing out trying to stop it. Brid peeks with a shotgun, not the play. Also, now they're not working together, so I don't know what they're doing. Stiggy doing a good job of banging out shots. The fuck was that EMP? So Stiggy just hits a nice shot there on Revan. I mean, you can't hate Revan for holding that angle. It's just a nice shot. And the enemy gets the kill. I have no idea what the hell that Thatcher was. I'm betting just a misclick, but I just find it hilarious. But that round, I think, came down to Ella dying, because with Ella dying, the upstairs was effectively lost. Actually, no. That's not right that this round was lost. I'm wrong about that. I apologize. This round was lost because a crouch walking IQ got 2 kills. And that's really it. I mean, that is it. If that never happened, this round would have gone to Vitality, I think. Because if it would have been a 4v2 theoretically if you kept those 2 alive. Alright, so upstairs defense coming out from Vitality now. So with that, Now, Penta, they have elected to drop the Capital for a sledge. That is, I hate that. I absolutely hate that. So the reason I hate that is Capital is one of the best operators in the game. He literally brings firebolts, smokes, and a good gun and claymores for flank watch. So he can do literally everything. Does he help you go? Does he, think about this. He can help push defenders back to get into the situation to go for a plant. He can then, with his firebolts, he can then use his smokes to help the plant get down. He then can have a claymore for flank watch for once that flank is down, or just for the push, doesn't matter. He then has a gun which he can use to just shoot people. So he can do literally everything. And I think bringing a sledge is not the play. Yes, you're not using Capital effectively, however, I think that Capital is still a really good operator, and bringing him would help a lot more than a sledge would, especially with the fact that there's a friggin' Jaeger in play. And if you're not hitting firebolts and smokes, then you're probably not going to hit grenades either. So Spark is opening up the glass behind this window in order to allow sound to travel easier through it, as the glass counts as a layer, so it's going to be muffled if it's basically it's going to be going through glass and then the barricade, which really muffles sound, and then he's setting them for jump outs. So I think this is the same setup coming out. So one thing is if you're running IQ, oh wow, I didn't even talk about the defenders or the attackers, I just talked about Sledge, wow. Well, I completely missed that. Okay, so back on, let me actually talk about the attackers a little bit. Well, attackers and defenders. Well, I talk about all the attackers. For defenders, Legion for information, Dog for long angles combined with, oh wow, Dog for long angles combined with can heal your teammates. Cade in order to stop the walls from getting open, but there's a Thatcher in place, so he's going to be a null factor. Stiggy to go frag, and Qual to play close angles. Now, the one thing is there's a total of one possible nitro cell here. There is no smoke, no echo, and no way to stop a plant, really, besides running in and going for kills. So, do you think it would be useful to bring, say, a Capital who could cut off those angles? I think it would. So Stiggy falls off. I'm not sure why. I mean, you know, actually, I think I did. I think he said, okay, there's no way in hell I can effectively hold this. I'm just going to get out of here. Because last round, he should have died there, but managed to get a kill. Janix is watching for a runouts. Wait, does Janix have a claymore? He does, and that's this claymore. I want to know whether or not Revan has a Claymore, because if Revan has a Claymore, you have to have one on the flank watch for red stairs, so... Well, Revan, Janix, and Blas, I think, are all running Claymores. Why not just Claymore this window? I don't know. I mean, if you're so worried about having a run out from these windows here, just put a Claymore down so the guy who's top fragging for your team can go top frag. So Thatcher left his drone in spawn. Don't leave your drones in spawn. Minute and a half. Okay, so minute and a half passes. Wall gets opened. Janix then kills Bibu. Show me how. I think he just shot through a window and got the kill. So good from Janix there. Bad positioning from Bibu. Yes, you're going for a nitro cell. However, you don't have to go for that nitro cell until the plant is about to come down, because you can just wait, and once they are trying to go for the plant, then you can hop down and go for it, or you can just wait safely, wait for callouts, and then go for it. And if you're really wanting to throw one from below, just have it pre-placed and stay upstairs. Well, you don't have to do that. That's the one option you have. I mean, put a goo mine down right underneath, right next to the nitro cell. Goo mine goes off. Pull out your phone, boom, get a kill. Grenade was just used to nade Pixel. Pixel has no one in it. Actually, no, I think it was a Zofia charge. I am wrong about that. However, why not just... There was a drone sent in by Thermite. Why is Thermite not communicating that Pixel is clear and White Hallway is clear and does not require you to use both of your Zofia charges to check it? Ooh, Siggy gets aggressive, peeks out, nobody's ready for it, gets a kill onto the Thermite. Let's see. Okay, so there's a wall there, and apparently that's not what the wall is used for. So nobody's paying attention to it. Fantastic. 10 out of 10 communication from Penta. I mean, really, it just came down to nobody paid attention to the wall. You could contest it from here. You could, I mean, really, this is the main. You contest it from here. You could try and contest it from there. Or you could, more likely and safer, ignore this. Don't do that. Just hold an angle inside a piano, ready for the guy to run out to just kill the Thermite. I mean, you got 5 members, and all you gotta do is open up this wall. One person holds white, one person holds that rotate, one person holds the flank on red stairs, and then Thermite can Thermite, and you have an extra person to go do whatever you want. Either way, nothing doesn't happen, and because of that, free kill for the Jaeger. Free kill. Okay, so this is the angle I'm talking about into bathroom. Shit, this is a long angle. I love it. I mean, this just shows me that Vitality knows what they want to do on defense. They are comfortable on Kafe. Like, just think about this. There is, from what I saw, a Legion playing on top of white stairs, an Ella, literally every member alive right now can contest this pixel spot. That's actually kind of funny. Stiggy gets aggressive, should not be getting that aggressive. Okay, you should not be peeking everything that you possibly can. I mean, why? You have an equal man advantage. You have 33 seconds. They have to push an angle where you have 4 guns on. Don't peek. Just play passive. Wait for them to come to you. Big play from Qual. Yeah, really, it's just a big play from Qual. The reason this is working is because Penta does not have the communication to say, hold this angle, hold this angle. So you have one of your guys down. Do you want to pick him up? Okay. You need to have a team where you can say, you almost don't even have to say, you just say, somebody get white stairs, somebody get white hallway, somebody hold white hallway, somebody hold cigar. Congratulations, you just picked up your guy. Instead, Penta doesn't have the communication for that, and now Janix, I think top fragging for the team, and Enemy, the Thatcher, are now both dead. So right now, this round has been 3 people killed because nobody on Penta can hold an angle. And their bakery attack, their bakery attack last round, or the round before that, they won literally because they were holding angles. Gets refragged, however, I'm just saying a 2-for-1 is not a good deal. Okay, so IQ's, I don't know what she's doing in the middle of sight. Bride gets the kill, but is then downed. How was he downed? Oh yeah, I'm thinking that someone's just coming from the bathroom. That's how Brid dies. Oh no, the wall. Oh, the wall was opened. Oh, I thought that the charge was shot, but no. Okay. 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 So if the wall is opened, you shouldn't be going for that fight there. Bride kind of threw away his life. So this is the way you should see it. Is it's a 2v2. Bomb must be planted. When bomb goes down, it becomes a 2v1. So Bride should have been communicating with Spark more and been talking, what do we do exactly? Maybe, and so it really just came down to communication kind of fell apart for Vitality at the end. It happens. Maybe the team coordination isn't there. It happens. Anyway, 1v1 now. So this is the round of how Penta could not have the communication to hold angles, and because of that, they lost 3 of their members. Okay, now I'm wondering why this is just hit. Where are these reinforcements going? I think they're downstairs somewhere, but I'm not sure why, considering the investment downstairs. So this confuses me, because it doesn't make sense that you want to have a wait, and why the fuck? Okay, I didn't even pay attention to this. Okay, so if Freezer gets opened, Vitality should lose, basically. Because with Freezer opened, you can't effectively fight as a defender this entire wall. The inside of Freezer can get naded, so you can clear out Freezer, and then you can just go for a plant. Okay, but I just want to say I really hate these kill holes. I mean, it's something Empire does, and it works for Empire, but it works for Empire because they do it on maps where it works. Now, the biggest thing though is this right here. The kill hole is on the right wall. Now that is actually a really big thing because this can be seen from Skylight. So every time you want to rotate through here, it can be seen from Skylight. Because it can be seen from Skylight, if the attackers read into that and they just hold an angle, you're dead. This needs to be moved over here. Alright, so sides change. Alright, so Penta. They are running Echo as he is available. Revan is on the Valkyrie. Then Hungry's on the Smoke. I think Hungry's one of the best Smoke players. Then Janix is on Legion. And then Blas is on Jaeger. Alright, so nothing. The difference between this lineup and Vitality's is this. Ooh, this actually. So this lineup here is really good at stopping the plant. The problem with it though is it has no way of stopping the walls from getting opened. And if the walls can get opened quick enough, then the utility from Penta isn't going to be the best. So we'll just have to see how the execution goes. Then from Vitality, Thermite Thatcher to deal with anything put to any of the Bandit Mutecades. Then Bibu's on the Sledge. I kind of treat Sledge as Ash, where he doesn't bring much to the team. And I mean, if you're trying to play vertically, then sure. But at that point, just bring a Buck. I mean, really, I think that the Bibu can be switched to someone else, someone a hell of a lot more annoying. I mean, Dokkaebi, Lion. Really, Dokkaebi, I'd say. Because you get Smokes. I'm trying to think who else is really freaking annoying. Maverick just for a double hard breacher. I'm really trying to think, but I honestly can't remember the operators. Nomad to absolutely stop rotations. I mean, Nomad here, you're good. Nomad rotate hole, you're good. Nomad the bathroom doorway, you don't have to worry about a flank from there. I mean, you got options. But I just don't like the Sledge pick. However, if he gets a grenade kill, then he can do whatever the hell he wants. Anyway, Stizzy's on the Gridlock, and Gridlock is fantastic for watching the flank. And by watching, I mean just throwing a gadget down, and bam, you have a flank watch. And then Qual is on the IQ because there's a Valkyrie and Echo in play. So, alright, double reinforcement here. Some teams like it reinforced, some teams don't. This team likes it reinforced. Vitality doesn't. They prefer it open. So, I mean, one problem with this is if bomb goes down here, well, actually no, it's just a preference. It's team preference. Really, that just cuts off angles going into the site, and that's all it is. So if you are expecting to, I'd say if you're expecting to be focusing more on a post plant and making the stride and playing your utility rather than playing the fragging game, you want less angles, and this cuts off angles. Then double reinforcement here to protect bathroom, which makes me think somebody's going to be playing around the white hallway area, / inside a bathroom, / running all around this general area where it rotates. Double reinforcement on piano wall, nothing amazing. One reinforcement, shield down. Hungry reinforcing freezer wall. Basically the default setup. No, Janix is actually no. Janix is top fragging. Okay, I don't like this. You put a gridlock down and then you put a claymore down. So you are effectively using. Basically, you picked a nomad and you put both of your nomads down the exact same area so they both go off at the same time. I mean, I don't like it. It's literally it's a waste of utility. Bring breaching charges so you can use them somewhere else in case this is not the site they go to. Put this claymore somewhere else. Kind of a waste of a grenade. You could have tried to either bait out somebody with the thermite charge and hold the angle. You could have droned it to see if somebody was there. And if nobody was there, you could have saved the frag grenade for somewhere else. But either way, I think it's kind of a waste. Okay. I'm trying to understand why this is open and this is reinforced. Because Janix, I'm pretty sure, brought a shield. Hungry could have impacts, but I don't think he's anywhere. Hungry's over here, and I don't think there's an angle for him to throw an impact from here. There's no angle. Possibly a long angle from here to here, but I don't think it's worth leaving this entire wall soft for that. I have absolutely no idea. I don't have a clue. I really don't. Yeah, I just don't. Okay, so this is really dumb from Bibu. So one check for your check for ADSs. You have an IQ in play, use her. You have drones, use her. Spades, I am absolutely sure that he has not used all of his Thatchers because he's had no reason to. So just throw a Thatcher, throw some utility, check for an ADS so this frag grenade is not wasted. This also is why you do not throw a frag grenade if you do not have information on getting a kill with it or destroying important utility. And the barbed wire that BB destroyed with his first grenade does not equate a grenade. It's like using is basically the equivalent of using your nitro cell to destroy a Twitch drone. I mean, at that point, just shoot the drone. You don't have to use the nitro cell for it. Also, somebody's shooting through the wall. Maybe you should put the grenade away and not peek it. And then BB just walks in here and then says, oh yeah, that angle exists. Well, BB's really lucky that he's not dead from this guy. And really lucky that he's not playing actively. And he says, hey, is he peeking? Well, I'm not dead yet, so I'm gonna push. Gets a kill. So whoever's job was to watch the rotate hole has just messed up. Don't hit this, don't. So I'm trying to figure out whether, wait. So Hungry from Penta kills Brid. Brid's the Thermite, Hungry. Okay, so Hungry. Okay, so Hungry actually used that angle set up through the bathroom, and it just comes down to communication for Vitality, where Sledge said don't. Sledge didn't say don't walk. Yo, guys, don't walk through the. Nobody remembers this angle exists basically, and nobody wants to communicate it. Valkyrie then peeks because no one's holding an angle. Sparkly has all three of his EMPs. Just look, if you have all of your EMPs just and you have no use for them, just throw them with the hope they destroys one thing useful. Because if you destroy one thing with 3 EMPs, you're being absolutely terrible at the usefulness of them. However, you're at least using them. Ooh. So that's kind of the problem with playing smoke there. It's a relatively safe position, but there's a lot of angles which you can be exposed to if you try and throw your smoke canister. Everybody's peeking. That was the echo that peaked. Ooh, guess number 4. Ooh, but what's this? A nitro cell from below with all the information. So, basically, Vitality got kicked out of Pro League because their strategy relied on rushing in at 20 seconds. They then worked their way through Challenger League and came back. And now they lose the round because they wait to plant at 7-ish seconds. But really it just came down to the push got stalled out. This was a Vitality round through and through, except for the fact that really it was just too much time passed. They fell into their old habits and they took way too long. Because it's a 4v2 that became a 4v1 and bombs going down, and really just Vitality messed up. They took too long, and due to that, it's over. Anyway, I need to go to the restrooms. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I am back. And Vitality lost the only way Vitality knows how, and that's due to the clock. Either way, good execution coming from Vitality. In the end, it just came down to they took too long. Alright, so kitchen defense coming out. Let's see, Penta they elect for the bandit in order to stop the walls from getting opened. Now, normally I would say it's a bad call, except for the fact that because they just saw that Thatcher was run. If Thatcher is being run, then you can't just put down your bandit batteries and call it done. So if enemy isn't actively trying to bandit trick, this wall doesn't get open. And if he's not trying to actively bandit trick, I don't see a point in bringing the bandit at all if his utility is just going to be a null factor. Then Revan is on the pulse. That's a little curious. I'm curious what's going to happen there. Maybe they know something I don't, where Vitality will play vertically, so they want to go for a Nitro Cell. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. Then Hungry's on Smoke again. Janix is now on the dock instead of Echo. And, I mean, Penta said, okay, Echo's not working for us, run dock. Then Bloss is on Jaeger again. And then Vitality switches off the Thatcher for a Maverick and the Gridlock for a Capital, which I like. I think that if you're attacking and you need to worry about the stairs, then Gridlock, but if you don't, then she's not the best. And then Qual is on IQ, so let's see what happens. Freeze. Alright, so double reinforcements, double reinforcement, single reinforcement, single reinforcement, double reinforcement. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2 are missing. I don't know where. There's 1. Here's number 9, and I think number 10 was the hatch. Ooh, no, it wasn't double reinforced. So this is soft. Okay, so this is soft, and what I'm curious about with this is it was pinged by Janix as he ran by. So why it's not reinforced, I'm not understanding. And then this looks weird, but if it works. Bibu is face checking everything that is not good. But you actually, oh my god, no, not a fucking grenade. Holy shit. Somebody needs to get Bibu off of fucking nades. Holy shit. Okay. Bulletproof cameras. If you don't know, basically this is the front. You then have some little mid thing. Then you have the back. And the back attaches to the wall. The front is bulletproof. So you can't shoot it like this. However, you can go to the side and shoot it. So, if only there was a soft wall right next to the camera, which could possibly be shot through to destroy it. I mean, one, this isn't a good camera, and this is a really dumb nade. Right, so Jaeger's holding above. However, and so that could mean that Pulse is playing below in order to give information to the Jaeger above to help on the roam. Enemy peeked a Maverick hole. Don't peek Maverick holes. Alright, so goodbye Doc. I'm going to assume Doc peeked because it's the Doc. So one use Nitro Cell. Blast kills Qual from above because they're not paying attention to it. It just comes down to bad droning. You need to be able to recognize that there's a hole above or below. And it just came down to the droning wasn't there for Vitality. Here's Spark. So you already lost one guy to above. You know they're shooting you from above. You can play above. You gotta recognize this. Now maybe it's something where Spark plays on a low. You know, here let's find out. So if you don't know, then that is the wrong thing. If you don't know and you're curious, you can go over to the Rainbow Six. Basically, you go to prosettings.net and it has a Rainbow Six one. So if we go and we look at Vitality, we can see, is it Spark? Yes, Spark plays in 5-3. I'm trying to remember if 5-3 is even closer than 4-3 with how the ratio works, and I can't remember. 84 FOV. Is he running an ACOG? He is. I don't know. He could possibly not see this due to how his aspect ratio looks. At that point, it just comes down to droning, so either way, it's bad. Spark is peeking, has no information. It also has a Claymore. Use your utility, just put it down somewhere. Revan kills Spark. There goes the Maverick. Ooh. Okay, so plant goes down. So Hungry tries to stop the plant. Doesn't work. And let's just go back 10 seconds to watch it again so I can actually see stuff. Okay, so plant's going down, Blast is above, Revan's in the side, Revan gets a kill. So Hungry sees Bibu running, but constantly goes in and out of cover, and due to that, loses a gunfight. Blast does a run out, not a smart run out because, I mean, it just, okay, there could be a Claymore on the red stairs window you jumped out of, there could be a Claymore on that bakery window. Both are not very, I'd say neither are uncommon. So, not a smart run out there. At that point, just go down red stairs because if Revan's playing below red stairs, you can probably assume it's safe. Or you can go down the new brown stairs. You have options. Lost loses the gunfight. Really good patience from Bibu here. Now the main issue here is Jaeger and Pulse both went their own way. They should have been helping each other, trying to go for, at worst, a trade in a one-on-one gunfight. Well, in a two-on-one gunfight. So both peak. They lose one loses the fight, one wins it. You now are in a 1v1 and you can win that. By going separate, you're just putting yourself in a disadvantage. So Penta just gave two one-on-one gunfights rather than trying to go for a two-on-one gunfight. Right, so from Penta, so the Pulse, okay, so they are bringing the Vigil to help roam a bit. They're bringing the Pulse to give information to the roamers and play vertically. They're bringing Hungry to stall out time on the smoke. Well, they're bringing Smoke, so Hungry can stall out time. They're bringing the Legion for information, and they are bringing the Mozzie to stop drones. All in all, a pretty strong setup, I think. And then Vitality, same lineup. They have Brit on Thermite to open walls, Spades as well. Wait, Vitality's really lucky that there's no Cade in play, because if a Cade's in play, then Maverick's gonna struggle. Then the guy who shouldn't be using grenades has grenades. Stiggy is on the Capital for utility. Okay, I like that. And then Qual is on the IQ because Valkyrie and an Echo are still, they can be played. And he can go and find the Vigil. Okay, some changes coming out. So reinforcement here, normally don't see that, but really it's this one and this one are the big two. Okay. So normally you open up this entire thing so that you can just see if they're planting around this general area. However, because this is available, you can see from the stairs into that angle. So that's actually, it's a different way to do it, and how viable it is we will have to see. I personally don't think this is the most viable thing in the world, but it's also not the worst, so we'll just have to wait and see. Double reinforcement. Reinforcements on the red. I don't even know what that's called. Janix is confirmed toggling right now. He alt-tabbed to go turn on his hacks. He's being trialed right now from Penta. He's saying it's 4-4. We need a win. I'm going to get them that win. Hold up. Now, I'm not sure if you guys actually know it. I don't think he's actually hacking. I just have to throw that out there because someone could possibly think that he's not. He's stopped for whatever reason. There needs to be a Mozzie on this doorway. You throw one down right there. You cannot drone past here. I mean, think about this. If you put one here and you put one on the cigar doorway, you can effectively stop all droning around the, really around the, no, not cigar area, the, I can't remember the name of it. I don't know the cost on this map. Yeah, go level 300 copper over here. Anyway, not really though. You just need one right here. You throw it right there. It's a pain in the ass to deal with. You have to expose yourself to white if you want to destroy it. So, and there's no Thatcher in place, so it wasn't destroyed already. So really, I mean, there needs to be one. This is a bad Mozzie in my opinion. I mean, well, I say a bad Mozzie, but really it's just, this is not, you put a Mozzie there because it's a choke point. They have no way of droning other than that. So well, they have other ways, but this is one of the big ways. Put one there. Waste time. Is it okay? Why they're electing to run smoke up here, I don't get. I mean, they're running a. Wait, why are they? Okay, hold on. I'm confused as all hell now. Okay, so they have active information coming from a pulse, but they elect to run a bulletproof camera. Why not just bring someone with a bulletproof camera instead? Then they elect to. I mean, you're a vigil. You want preaching. I mean, you want impacts. So I don't get that. I think that Vigil needs impacts. That's one of the reasons why his kit is so strong and why Ella lost a lot of her pick rate. Because without her impacts, she lost her ability to rotate around so much. And Vigil right now is an Ella that can shoot at long range, which actually makes him to a degree still better than Ella. But anyway, with that, I disagree with this. I think that enemy needs to have impacts, not a bulletproof. But the big thing I'm seeing here is why is the smoke playing upstairs? Like, are you saying, nah, Mozzie, you gonna be the one who's gonna stop them from pushing into sight with your Mozzie drone, with your little Mozzies, and smoke's gonna be the one upstairs stalling them out? I don't get it. It's you're putting a high reward operator into a high risk position when he can be playing a low risk position. Makes no sense. So enemy wasn't really in a good position there just because, I mean, he gets drowned, pre-fire comes in. He could get shot from the new hatch area. He could get shot from this window. He could have been caught out on the cross from Qual here. Not the best positioning. No reason to expose yourself in a situation you don't have to. Good grenade from Bibu. Also, one thing I didn't point out, Penta's electing to not run a Jaeger even though Vitality has run grenades every single time, I think. And again, those grenades have been used to destroy bulletproof cameras, so... So apparently peeking when you're laying down is the new big thing, and apparently it works. So bad droning coming out from Vitality there. Yeah, just bad droning. Not much to say besides that. I mean, if I'm upstairs, I'm gonna be wondering. Okay, there's a vigil up here. Yeah, okay. There's a Mozzie up here. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, we got them. They're moved. Hey, Why is there a smoke up here? Why is there a smoke up here? I mean, it would confuse me. I'd be confused, and I'd just be talking with my team like, why the fuck is a smoke up here? I'd be confused. I mean, you literally just took someone, you put them into a high risk situation with very little reward, and yes, you get the down, but one good drone, and bam, you're droned out, and you risk getting back to site and getting killed when you do. Oh. So somehow he missed all his shots there and a nitro cell. I don't know how, but I mean, just comes down to a little bit of bad information, bad communication, and I'm not sure why Pulse didn't just pull out a scanner. Doesn't really matter though. That cam did nothing in my opinion, so I don't see the purpose of it. I think Vigil with Impact's still better. How did you just die? Okay, so Janix kills Stiggy as Stiggy drops. Okay, so I don't see why Sticky dropped there. I don't think there was a purpose of it. I mean, think about it like this. You know that this is the bomb site. You haven't cleared out any of this general area over here. So why would you ever assume it's clear? Why would you assume the room directly next to the bomb site is clear? I mean, mistake coming out from Stiggy. Spark trying to get into a position to refrag. Flank comes up. This is actually a really good flank from enemy. I mean, really, it is. I can't really hate on Vitality for missing this. It's just a good flank. Gets a 1-for-1 trade, but in all honesty, that's all you need. 3v2 now. Then another 1-for-1 trade as Qual kills Revan. Hungry then refrags. Smokes come out. So, I'm trying to remember how everyone died. How did Sledge die? I'm trying to remember how. Yeah, Sledge got peaked. Can't hit it. So Sledge gets peaked. Then wait. Stiggy dropped. Hold on, I gotta check something. Oh, Stiggy. No, not you, Stiggy. Okay, so Capital dropped, and I really hate that because that's the Capital. So Stiggy really just messed up here with dropping. Yeah, I mean, I think that, yeah, just kind of a mess up there. Bad call from him, no refrag available. Same with Bibu. Then, no refrag, not that he kind of messed up. Then Qual died. Oh, that's right. I think Qual died to the flank, which is just a good flank. The Vigil made a play. That's all you can really say about it. Then, who else? I can't remember, but really I just want, it's not much, just so much as Penta played it better. And they didn't play it necessarily the best, but they played it better. And the funny thing is that with the amount of vertical pressure coming out from Vitality, they probably could have won this if Stiggy didn't drop down there. Because think about it like this. Spark stays upstairs on flank watch. On flank watch, he's worried about here and this staircase. They could have a flank drone on that staircase so they're that worried about it. They then because of the vertical pressure, everybody's moved back in the B bomb site. Stiggy then comes around and he uses his smokes and fires to give cover for the plant to go down. Plant goes down. Now it's a post-plant situation while you have top floor control and vertical pressure. But really just Penta played it better. Alright, so top stairs coming up again. The last time that that Penta went here, they got slapped, but they managed to get a good nitro cell that won them the round. Anyway, with that, Echo's coming out, combined with Valkyrie for information and a bit of post-plant denial. Hungry for the post-plant denial. Janix is on the Legion for information, and then Bloss is on the Jaeger because grenades are a thing. And then Vitality has dropped the Maverick for a Thatcher, which I like just because I like that mainly due to the risk that if there is a Cade in play, then the Maverick's not going to be able to deal with that. So you do need to have a Thatcher instead. Problem is, this confused me last round. Probably confused Vitality a bit as well. It's here again. This is something I see as not necessarily I'd say that's a pocket strat and not really a... Actually, I can't really say anything. I would deem that as a pocket strat, not as a hard strat, because I feel like that just exposes the people in freezer a bit too much, where theoretically if somebody laid down right here, they could be getting an angle all the way down like this with nearly no congestion, and if they wanted to watch the rotate hole here, then they could go like this, and you're giving up basically all of freezer. And oh, that is actually massive, because from this angle, you cut off all rotations through the freezer. You make it impossible for a defender to play there. Now, if you go for a plant, the only angles you have to worry about come from here and from below. However, if you're bringing smokes, you can smoke it, plant wherever. You can plant on the top, you can plant in the middle of the open, you can plant here. You could plant in the doorway. There you have options. You could plant in the corner. You could plant right here. Actually, no, thinking about it, I'd say this is the best spot. But this is actually really big thinking about it, because this angle right here. Yeah, I hate this setup now. I hate this. I hate this rotate hole. You can see it from the skylight. This, I think, yeah, you can. So what? Oh my god, I absolutely hate this setup they have. I hate both the holes they have open. I think that just screws over this entire defense. Yo. Okay, so Hungry's playing aggressive. He's the smoke, so I shouldn't have to tell you why that's kind of dumb. But Revan's playing white stairs. I hope he has an ADS there. Blast is playing below. I don't really see a reason why. And then enemy is playing inside of A safely. Then Janix is playing white. Okay. So piano opened up. Okay, so you're an Echo. Do you think that you should be peeking everything? I mean, you have a drone, you have Valkyrie cameras, you have default camera. Why would you peek? That is a dumb peek from enemy. So there goes the Legion to Janix playing. There goes the Legion to Stiggy playing on top of the skylight. How that happens, I don't know. And I heard shooting for a while, so hold on, let me see. So 5 seconds before. Shooting. Shooting. So Janix peeks, gets shot at, goes back to cover, peeks again, gets killed. Spark gets too aggressive, gets killed. Blouse hits a nice shot. Hungry also hits a nice shot. Problem is still man advantage, 2 vitality, and bomb going down. So this is the story of how peeking loses you rounds. I mean, that's all it comes down to. If you cannot sit still, then don't go Echo. And I'm not sure why. I mean, you shouldn't be risking anything. If you can shoot them, they can shoot you. And at that point, you have to ask yourself, is dying with a minute 20 left as an Echo a good thing, even if I can possibly get 1 kill? And most of the time, that answer is no. Is the rotate hole exposed to the skylight? If it was put on the other wall, that would not have happened. Alright, so 5-5. Alright, so Penta, same lineup. Vitality, same lineup. Oh my god, no. Okay, hold on. Remember how 30 seconds ago our Jaeger just got gunned down going through there? Meaning it's not a safe rotate hole? meaning we probably shouldn't be using it. Yeah. Yeah, let's have the same one. And you know what? We don't even want to be able to just run through it. Nah, we want to be crouching. We want to just crouch and go as slow as possible. You know what? This round, let's make it even lower. You gotta crawl through this bitch. If you want to know why teams end up getting relegated and why they go to relegation areas and why they overall do poorly even with good players, it's because of shit like this. I mean, it's harsh, but it's the truth. Right now, Penta is showing that with this, they're showing that they can win rounds, sure, but they also just give away them, and I mean, to me, this seems like an unacceptable mistake from them, where maybe they changed the skylight a bit so this rotate hole doesn't work. Well, can work now, because on the old cafe you never had it here because you get killed from skylight. Well, now you know 100% this rotate hole is not safe. You should never have this rotate hole here. This is dumb. This is really dumb coming out from Penta. And I mean, yeah, it's just dumb. And I don't know who's to blame for this. I mean, well, really the entire team. Whoever made the rotate hole saying, guys, this rotate hole is dumb. Whoever just died to the rotate hole, guys, this rotate hole is dumb. Whoever is going back and doing VOD reviews, which is hopefully all of them, guys, this is dumb. This is a dumb rotate hole. Ooh, sneaky. Bloss gets aggressive and peaks when he probably shouldn't peak. Wallace is left soft. I don't see the reason why. So, okay. One reinforced, one soft. Having one soft and one reinforced means they are both to a degree soft. I mean, you put two down to stop them from coming through this wall. I mean, waste of a reinforcement. Where is this one? One, two, three, four, five, six goes on the double. 7, 8, 9. I count 9 reinforcements. Oh, did I miscount? Hold on. 1, 2. Anyway, no rotate hole here. Not sure why. That's the default setup for a reason between both North America and EU. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 9 is on the piano wall. I don't know where number 10 is. Why is 10 not on the piano wall? Well, somebody messed up. No rotate hole in bathroom, even though bathroom is less soft, and you know the sledge is in play. At that point, you need to have a rotate hole just so that you can be playing aggressively and give the threat of being able to play aggressively. The problem is with this setup and the hold they have, I mean, they can't play freezer effectively, so they can't get in the bathroom, and then they can't play white effectively, so they can't. This entire setup is a mess. This is an absolute mess. So let's see, go for a little, thank you. Okay. So no rotate hole here. There's normally one there which allows you to play, and basically it allows you to play piano, fall back, play here. Basically, like, you can play the pixel, fall back here, fall back here, fall back through here. Problem is with this, you can no longer do that. So this soft wall is, it doesn't help your team, and it hurts your team. Well, it doesn't help your team, and it allows the attackers to get into this. It allows your attackers to get into freezer without too much trouble. So it hurts your team more than it helps it. So either, I mean, it just comes down to this is a problem, this is a problem. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, you're effectively saying we don't want to be able to play. Okay, so they're giving a piano. Think about this. Penta is giving a piano control. So you can't, they're not playing inside piano, they're not playing under new hatch, they just have to give that up. Okay, fine. Well, they give up bathroom because they give up bathroom because they have no rotate hole. And you can just drone that out, so people, if you're smart, you realize you can't effectively stay in here, because if you try that, they can just bounce flashbangs, chunk grenades, can't stay in here. Well, because you can't play bathroom, you now can't play this area right here. You can't play this area because to play here, you need to be able to fall back quickly. If you can't fall back quickly, then you can get gunned down. So you can't play here. This is a giant hallway, so you can't play the giant hallway as it has no cover. So you're effectively giving up piano, bathroom, and the hallway being able to play it. I think Rogue, I can't remember if it's Rogue or TSM, it's one of those two. They will be effectively playing the hallway, trying to fall back, waste more and more time, while Penta just says, no, you can have it. And it didn't work last time, why is it going to work this time? Penta has never actually done well on this bomb site and managed to win a 4v1 because they got a lucky nitro cell. Then think about this. Because of this rotate hole, not rotate hole, this hole right here, they now cannot effectively play inside of here. Okay, so they can't effectively play inside of there. Well, because of this rotate hole here, you also can't effectively play this corner right here. Then once you're droned out, you cannot effectively play inside of the freezer, so you can't play that. So, and then if we look at this, because of the skylight, you cannot effectively play this area. Then, because of this window and the new hatch, and well, not the new hatch, but the new hatch area over there, you really can't play this spot effectively either. So of the entirety of the upstairs, Penta can play marked in purple, pink, whatever it is, it's pink. Penta right now has effectively chosen to limit themselves to playing roughly this area and the biggest one is this area right here, is the questionability of it, because this window right here can turn this into attacker territory. So if you think about that, the defenders can effectively play inside of one room and one little box area. And that's it. That is the map control the defenders get with this setup. This setup is terrible. There is no other word for it. So, I don't know. I don't know why this is the setup they go for. I don't know why this is their thought process. I don't know what their thought process is, but I mean, the way I see this with Janix here is Janix comes from another team. I'm not sure where he came from, but he comes from some other team. And it's not a Pro League team, it's probably some Challenger League team. And at this point, Janix should throw his name out to other teams like Sifu and Chaos or anyone else. Probably even the best team looking for Challenger League, because I don't think Penta will make it if this is the setups they go for. Because if I join this team and this is what I'm seeing, this looks like a Challenger League level team, a mid-range Challenger League level team that was well, this looks to me like somebody who comes from a weak region suddenly going to an, like, you're a Challenger League team you're the best Challenger League team from a weak region, and suddenly you go to the Invitational and you go up again and you are expecting your strategies to work and you're confused as to why they work, and your thought process with it is to change the reinforcement from piano and put it here. Now, I've ranted enough about the setup, but the setup is dumb. Here's the funny thing, that's not even needed. You do not need to open that up with this setup. All that literally all that actually, no, does that angle exist? Yeah, basically. But, literally, you throw someone down here, send a drone in to make sure it's clear, flank watch here, have somebody flank watch the white stairs. Literally, you could go out to you could have one person laying down right here. They're protected from the doorway here by the sofa. Have somebody on the window over here holding an angle. You now have effectively cut off all rotates. You can now, basically, this is all reinforced. Have one person playing here, holding this angle. Smoke here. Well, basically just smoke here. Fire here. Have the next person holding this angle. Bomb plant goes down here. You win. So Hungry right now is looking at the IQ through either a Valkyrie camera or an Echo drone. I mean, neither one works. I mean, it doesn't matter which one, but bad IQ. No utility. The IQ's utility wasn't used effectively. It wasn't used effectively, and so the Echo drones and cameras and Valkyrie cameras stayed alive, giving information to the smoke that he can throw the smokes and where to throw them. And because Vitality took so long, they are now struggling. Sparkpeak's Janix gets downed. Nobody is using the rotate hole. Why did they open up in the first place then? Okay, so Bibu just walks in saying, "I need to make a play," and he makes a play. Problem is that it is a 3v3, but more likely a 3v2 because Spades is down. No, Spark is down. There's a Spades from North America I'm thinking about. Spark is down, and Brit is at such low HP that this is really a problem for Vitality. Revan hits a Claymore. Didn't check for the Claymore. You need to check for Claymores. Ooh, this is not good. Actually, I need to see. Blue team is Penta. Correct. Not good. If you couldn't see, and it's kind of hard, there was a person right here. That person right there can say whether or not, well, there's a person right here. That person was pinged. Pinged means that you have a drone. Drone is on bomb. Why ping and not just make a call out to Qual saying, yeah, man, just wait, defusing, wait, stop, and give the information, let him play his game, and he can win. Echo's looking for the guy, doesn't find him. Braid gets the kill by shooting him in the back. And then Braid kills Blast as Blast comes to try and fight. I think it was literally if they hopped on the defuse instantly, they probably could have won that. But really, Vitality is struggling to not attack with 30 seconds left. It's kind of an issue of theirs, and it's something they got to work on, where they stall out a lot. And if they could attack about 30 seconds faster every round, they could do really well, and they would probably be in they would probably have won this game already. Ooh, nice shot. Alright, so reading room coming out. So Penta won this pretty well, pretty dominantly due to a good flank from enemy on the Vigil. Now, one thing I don't like is Vigil is probably going to be running a bulletproof. And two, I don't like that he's in play instead of a Jaeger when Vitality brings grenades, and you kind of have to hard hold positions. But anyway, Mute, Smoke, Legion, and Mozzie, no change coming out for Penta, and then Vitality, no change from the last round. Alright, hold on, let's see if I can guess without looking too hard what the reinforcements are. Alright, so just guessing, I assume double reinforcement here, one right there, one right there, one here, two there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Ooh, hold on, this is actually hard. I'm trying to remember where the last three go. 8 and 9 go on piano wall. Number 10 goes on the wall for that cocktail, that like semi-one where Smoke's always playing behind. That's my guess. I got 2 for 2 now. The fact that one person is positive on Penta and it's not even a positive, it's a neutral, while Vitality has 3 people who are positive and 1 who's neutral, is really just. I'd expect this game to not be as close. I'd expect this to be almost a 7-4 game with this. Okay, where are these going? Okay, there we go. Smoke playing aggressively again. I hate that. I mean, think about this. If Vitality reads into that's how Smoke holds here, then they could go to Skylight with a grenade, cook it, bounce it off the Skylight, have it land on top of him, and he's dead. Oh no. With the Thatcher. Okay, so I was wrong about the piano wall being reinforced, but Penta. No, Hungry then killed Sticky. How the hell did Sticky went to the top of the Skylight? Almost dies. No, he peeked New Hatch. Okay, that's a dumb peek from Hungry. There's no reason that a Smoke should be peeking a Hatch at a minute in. He's very lucky he's alive, and it was not a smart call. Why is Qual joining below if they need to clear above? Okay. Blast got a drone, Brit has his. So Bibu gets blast. There goes the Mozzie. Okay, Mozzie, Bibu's Sledge. Okay. So I'm not sure why the Legion is peeking this, but he's peeking. I'm also not sure why Mozzie peeked that, but Mozzie peeked as well. I mean, okay, God, I'm used to teams attacking a hell of a lot faster than Vitality does, and I think there's a minute left, but it's 17 seconds. Now 22 seconds. Bibu just killed Blas. I have no idea why Blas peeked. He had no reason to. Okay, you were just equalized on. You should not be peeking this. You're not protecting the bomb site there. Not a good peek. Spark kills enemy. because enemy wasn't looking for Claymore. Think about this though. If Legion had, think about this though. If Hungry lost the gunfight because he peeked, 4v5. Blast peaks, 3v5. Janix loses the peaks, loses his life, 2v5. That's why I always say don't peek, because yes, it didn't happen this time, however, it can happen. Revan kills Spark, so okay, just gets aggressive. Smokes come out. Gets a kill, diffuser down. 1 versus 2, you're not going to win this. And a draw. So basically, the Capital died early, and Vitality just took way too long. They stall out way too long, and that just causes a lot of issues for them, where if a team has a good smoke player, or even just a half decent one, they struggle. Right, this should have been a Vitality win through and through. However, they spent way too long, and they gave away too many rounds. But all in all, it was a pretty interesting match, and I just want to check the standings. Yeah, right now, if Vitality had won this game, they would have been tied for second in points, third place when it comes to the actual round difference. But hey, 5-1-1 is better than 4-1-2. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. Hope you learned not to put that stupid hole that Penta's doing. I don't know what the hell that is. And really just hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's a game you want me to do, let me know. I'm going to probably do, I don't know how many more of these I'm going to do for now. Now, I am definitely going to be doing them for the not the invitational, but for the major that's coming up in Raleigh. So if you have any of those games you want me to do, let me know, because there's going to be a shit ton of them, and there's no way in hell I can do all of them. But if you have any actual preferences, let me know. I'd be happy to do them. And with that, hope you have a good one.